Hey guys, so welcome to another live stream here. My special guest. Hey, Bubba. Okay, the special guest decided not to stay here. She said she wanted to be here, and she's like making a decision to now. Yeah, that's it.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Oh, whoa. Ring. Terry.
Really?
I can't see you now. I can see you.
You can't see me.
I got puppies.
You got the hiccupies.
Oh, whoa.
You got the hiccupies.
Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Nana, you did this. You won.
Hmm?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Oh.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
I got my hat
You got your hat?
Yeah.
And what's on your hat?
on my head.
Your hat is on your head. What's on your hat?
On my head. Oh,
Ayan.
What's on your head? What's on your hat?
Hat.
Huh? What's on your hat?
Hat.
It's a hat. Yes. What's on your hat?
Hat.
Yes, we already established that. What's on your...
Ba, ba. Ba, ba. Ba, ba. Oh. I coach. Anyway.
Let it go.
Thank you. Done.
Comfortable, Bubba?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you want to say to the people, Bubba?
Hello.
Yes, hello! Welcome to the channel.
Jack.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Oh no. No. What are you doing? Bring it back here. Why are you taking my food away? Why did you take my food away?
Nothing, Nana, Nana, cover me.
Okay, there we go. Bye-bye, Bubba.
Bye-bye.
You going now? You going to bed? Yep.
Are you gonna sleep for real?
Yeah,
You're sure?
yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
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 What do you say? Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Cuteness. Love you, Bubba.
You. Ow, I can see you.
Do I get a kiss goodnight?
No.
No kiss goodnight?
Yeah.
No kiss?
Okay, bye-bye na.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, yes.
Bye.
Oh, wait.
Okay, there you go, guys. That was the special guest, Athena, my darling Cindy Baba. So right now I'm going to eat my bacon and my bacon beans. My beans. There's no bacon. Baked beans. That's what I'm trying to say. My baked beans on a meat pie. Yeah, so 1 can of baked beans, 1 meat pie. Pretty sure it's a meat pie. Right? My wife gave me a meat pie. Let's dig into this. Oh. Oh no, it's not a meat pie. It is something else. Probably vegetable chicken pie. To cut it in quarters. Get the juices of the baked beans in there. Very quick Australian meal. Some Australians do this and put beans on the pie. First time I saw somebody did something similar to this, basically was in my early teens, like 10. So there's the baked beans on top of the pie, which is in the middle there, cut in quarters. Yes. So when I'm ready to go in, and I'll cut the quarter pieces into halves, so they're small enough to fit into my mouth. Get into my mouth. It's good. It's good. It's good. So one of the things I want to speak about in the stream, and I don't think I'm going to spend too much time on tonight, probably just after midnight maybe, so I can do the the turning over of my calendar, just in case you're not aware of who these people are. This is a hip-hop group called Blackpink, and their music is, to me, kind of like a hip-hop. Got the bass, obviously with Korean, flavor. It's good, very good. If you haven't tried it, maybe give it a go. I mean, can of baked beans and pie. You want to keep the pie as plain as possible. At home, you might grab any type of pie, and if you do, leave comments down below. If you've done something similar, and let me know what type of pie you use and how many pies. Sometimes I've seen people use 2 pies, 1 can, and I've done that once before, but I don't want to eat too much. It is after it's 10:41 here in New South Wales, Australia, where I am, and yeah, don't want to eat too much at this late hour. Some of you guys probably saying, "Oh, 10 or 11 late." For me, when the clock passes midnight, I consider it morning. Yes, consider it morning even if it's nighttime. I call it morning. Nighttime, morning, whatever you want to call it. But like morning, so it's early. So it's 10 to 12, late. Late in the night, cross over the midnight, early in the morning. When people say early in the morning, usually they're thinking around 6 or 5, maybe 1 a.m. early in the morning. In terms of clubbing and all that stuff on the weekend or whatever night you're going out on to the clubs, of course, be considered 11 would be considered early. But I like to be an individual. It's midnight morning. Hey, good morning. Look around. It's nighttime. It's 1:05. That's how I would greet people when I used to do security in different places where I would be around clubs and pubs and whatnot. People going home 2, 3 in the morning. I have a good day. Good morning. Good morning. Have a good day. Take care. Yes, I'm a strange security guard. Yeah, but you know, if you did push my buttons, I would push back. Oh, not like that anymore. I am no longer young. Guess I can hold my own. Just not into it anymore. Not into it. things I used to dislike, which I was young and let it happen. The girls would come and muck around, especially locals. They'll come. They know that we can't touch, so they just grind and play and try to be sexy. It's like, oh, please, let me do my job. As a Christian, working in those places was a challenge, but I wanted to feel what that would do to my Christian values. And I think having Christian values, working in nightclubs and pubs and whatnot, gives me some security, some standing, a standard where, yes, I can choose not to be like them, but I am here to help them and protect them, and in the same time got to protect the venue that I'm working for, so that they can continue doing what they're doing. Yes, it sounds real bad as a Christian, because you don't want to. If you could, you'd tell these people not to drink because it's not good for you. It kills brain cells, dulls the senses, and you cannot always be in control of what you're saying or what you're doing. You're letting the potential for the devil and its influences to let you be taken over. Not in the sense of like in possession on music, intoxication, male sees a female. Doesn't matter if female's not super sexy or as shaped as one would like. They're gonna see female as female. As they would say back in those days, a hole is a hole. And it's really bad, I know. But these are the sort of things that they say back in those days, and I'm sure they're probably saying it still. Yeah. I got to see the worst side of human activities. Not, you allow yourself to be part of it. The Bible tells you and it encourages you to be in the world but not of the world. Meaning you need to have some sort of separation from being part of the furniture of the world. You can come into the world, be in the world, but not be the furniture where you are being and contributing the way the world is now. You want to contribute positiveness. You want to contribute forward thinking. Anything that's allowing human beings to advance to a certain level of awareness and acknowledge a higher being that are allowing you to be powerful in whatever you're doing. So humble yourself, realize, and act accordingly. Because power that you have can be taken away. Appreciate it, use it correctly, in a good way, and who knows, you might be able to keep that power. I'm talking about good power. There's other power out there, like, you know, money, influence, and evil power that brings man, father, mother, even a friend. In a way that doing evil things is good. You don't want that to happen. One of the things I want to share also, while I got you guys on here, or whenever you see this video after this live stream is ended, code friend, and he has agreed to come in the studio and allow me to interview him, and allowing him to say a few words about something that's happened recently. His brother passed away, and Sunday and Monday, we all had the services. We had the memorial service celebrating brother's life, and then on Monday, the funeral service. After that service, the burial service. And after that service was the wake service, where we got to congregate, celebrate his life one last time together before moving on with the rest of everybody's lives. And loss is not easy. Doesn't matter how you lost your loved one. It's hard. Yeah. Doesn't matter how you lost your loved one. It'll be hard at some points, and there might be a different level of hardness that you will go through. But nevertheless, it will be hard. If it's not hard for you, then you might be questioning your humanity. Probably wondering, what the heck am I wearing? Shorts. They call this a knuckle shirt, maybe. I don't know. I'm just comfortable in it. It's hot. It's hot here in Australia. Summertime. And today was a hot day. And probably can't really tell on the camera, but it's a purple. It's like a light purple. Color purple. Oh. nice corner of Christian brother. That's the late Pastor Lumai. It's his soul. Love this color apparently. So family and I, we got some clothing that had the purple dress for my wife and for my daughter, and I bought a purple shirt and this top. I wore the shirt at the memorial service, and then I wore an old purple shirt which was a little bit darker. Lighter purple, the memorial, and a darker purple at the funeral service. Pretty sad times. He was 28 years old. Not even his 30s yet. I think I'm 37 this year. I can't remember. That's starting to show my age. I mean, I just gave it to you. Silly. What am I doing? Yeah. But that's it for my. Who's doing great things in the world. Simple but great. Was able to connect with the people. There was probably in another video I'll show you clips of the different services and some of the things that have been shared. It's beautiful. Some of the stuff is like, team. Anyways, some of the people there said that Pastor Maya was not just the pastor for the church, but it was a pastor for the community. Pastor's community. Community's pastor. That's the word that he said. He was the community's pastor. This church he was working. He made connections to the community, and that's one of the things I want to do in OCM. If you're just tuning in and you don't know what I'm saying regarding OCM, OCM is my not-for-profit organization that I'm trying to start up, and the acronym OCM stands for Outback Community Mission. So the idea is that we're going to the Outback, me and my family, and we're going to establish some sort of base in whatever community, and we're going to go to the community and find out, obviously going to make the connections. How we're going to find out what the community needs. So what Pastor Fumai has done is what we're going to try to do. Make those connections, find a need, and then find what, well, obviously there's going to be needs. Find a need within the needs of the community that we can achieve to, that we can go and plan to achieve. Obviously establish a program and go forth and do that. So that is my not-for-profit organization that we're trying to start up. We're starting off in New South Wales Outback. I'm teaming up with Pastor Lorenzo Berry, and so I'm just gonna work with him until until OCM is up and going properly. So obviously we need funds, we need get some items, vehicles, materials, a lot of things to be able to be start doing some things. One of the things I really want to do is like day trips, like take anybody that's probably need a friendly face, take them out, take a group of them out for a day, do fun activities, eat some good food, and at the end of it have a discussion. I suspect if I can, either myself or somebody else in that group, get them to share something that they want to share, and open up the floor for the spirit to do whatever needs to be done in that space. Those are the things. That's one of the things I want to do as little programs. It doesn't have to be just that for one day. Do that like once a month or something, depending on what's the need. Obviously, if there's a higher need for something else, then that would be a priority to try and meet. But yeah, the day trips is something I'd really like to do on a frequent basis, and hopefully teach many people to do the same thing. They can take over that particular program that can take people that need to have a safe time with other safe people. You might be asking, how will I find safe people? Obviously, we're gonna go through screening for volunteers and just making sure everything's on top board. That meet the legal requirements. Meet them first, and then obviously step it up to individual scans. Make sure people that we're going to be servicing or will have other people able to help them too. That's not making any sense. Anyways, there's plenty of things I want to do as part of the mission. Soup kitchen, drop-in center, subsidized skill learning, like learning new skills, like doing some martial arts, project building, woodworking, metalwork, whatever, building stuff, using your hands, using your mind, using things like you learned in school, putting it into and realizing, oh, I need that actually. It's something that the teacher did say that I'm gonna need. Gotta be very practical. Some of the programs. Hang on a sec, guys. Let me just be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So, trying to finish this dinner of mine. Oh, by the way. So, the background music is these guys. This is the channel, the Relax Movement. So check them out, guys. This is a 12-hour free background music, royalty-free music for creators and streamers. This is the May edition. So obviously they have created several editions, and this is the edition that we're playing throughout this this stream. So just in case you guys were wondering what the music was, and these guys, I've been using their music in the background since I got back into live streaming. So yeah, hit them up, guys. Obviously like their videos, subscribe, and yeah, cool. Got to subscribe. There we go. I've subscribed. Alright, so subscribe, guys. Do what you gotta do. Send them love. Oh hey, we got peoples. What's up, yo? What's up, yo? Hello and what's up? There we go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Hope stuff is gonna be great. Should be cool. Super awesome. I'm just finishing off. I'm going to try to finish off my dinner and speak at the same time. Obviously, I'm not going to speak while I've got food in my mouth. But yeah, I'm going to speak at the same time while I'm in between. So basically, this is baked beans and a pie, you know, the vegetable chicken pie. That's good. I'm wearing purple top in honor of the late pastor for my his favorite colors is purple. Wearing a purple shirt, purple top, I should say. This is just in honor of him, remembering him, and acknowledging that he was doing some great work in his field. I want to say more, but I feel like I'm going to get in trouble if I say more. You can probably see that there's more. To the situation. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna call it a situation. It's passing as a situation. It didn't need to happen, but unfortunately it did. Nothing I can do, nothing nobody can do. Be done. A lot of people hurting, confused, angry, disappointed, ashamed, and asking why. You won't really ever know. The only person, or the only thing, the only being that will know is God. God is the only one that truly knows what happened. I don't want to say too much. I want to, but I don't want to. I want to share what's on my heart, what's on my mind. And I feel like I might get in trouble. I'm gonna try to finish my dinner first. It's really good. Really good, guys. Really good. Really want to finish this off. Don't do that, kids. Don't do what I just did. Taking the knife. You might cut your tongue. Well, there you go. It is now cleaned up. You know that saying? When somebody comes to your plate, comes close to your plate and say, "Oh man, you really cleaned up your dinner there." That's cleaned up. This is what I could consider cleaned up. I was brought up not to waste food. Nothing's wasted there. It's all through here into here and going through here and then eventually out the butt and into the toilet. Yeah. Now I mentioned before, I called my friend, and sometime next week he is gonna come into the studio to allow me to interview him, and I'm gonna allow him to say a few words regarding his brother's passing. And it'll be interesting to see what he says. Don't know if it's going to be live streamed or a recorded video, but it'll be interesting to see his side of the story. I mean, he's shared some things with me already, but I want you guys to hear it from him directly, right? So not really hearsay, because it's secondhand information from me and to you guys, but yeah, he's willing to come sometime next week, because obviously the memorial service and the funeral service happened Sunday and Monday. Monday was yesterday. Today's Tuesday, and soon it's gonna be Wednesday. Excuse me. Yeah. The passing. My brother. Not related. My Christian brother. I've lost some friends in the past from suicide, and yeah, it's not a good feeling. They left us in that way. Some people will be feeling that way and thinking that way, But being a suicide survivor myself, because I've been there, it's not what we're thinking about. That's not in the equation when we're in that dark place. There's no rational thinking here. It's just focused on the pain, the struggle, and how it is so hard, and that we just want it to end, to finish. And obviously, the only one thing that comes into mind is to do that bad thing. Before I continue, I need to check something, guys. Bear with me. I'm gonna go on my Facebook here, and my wife sent me some links. So I'm gonna go check it out. So let's share with you what I'm looking at. So let's see what it says. I got my wife to look up some things that, you know, YouTube might say you're not allowed to do in regards to suicide and self-harm. So this is their policy. Yep. Yep. It is a very vibrant community for sure. And you're safe. Well, I don't want to make it unsafe. Also below this page, YouTube, we take health and well-being of our creators and viewers seriously. Awareness and understanding of mental health is important as we support creators sharing their stories, such as posting content discussing their experiences with depression, self-harm, and other mental health issues. However, we do not allow content on YouTube that promotes suicide, self-harm, that is intended to shock or discuss, or poses a considerable risk to viewers. That's definitely not what I'm doing, so I think we're okay there. Okay, my sent me a link. Let's have a look at this. Oh yeah, this is the link to the whole thing. So obviously, guys, if you're in Australia, Lifeline and Kids Helpline, these are the numbers you want to, ring if you are ever in a dark space regarding mental health. Alright, Lifeline is more like adults, and obviously Kids Helpline is for the kids. So kids, if you happen to come across this video, Kids Helpline 1800 55 1800. Lifeline for adults 13 11 14. Alright, use the services because it's better to talk things out rather than holding it in. I've been there, done it. It's not good. It's way too heavy. Yes, you can be strong, you can be macho for sure, but there is something more strong about sharing your feelings. It's gonna be hard, yes. Much harder than lifting weights. Sharing your feelings. Being in a state of vulnerable. So there's a whole list here from all the different countries and the numbers and the agencies that look after these things. Alright, so community guidelines for posting suicide or self-harm related content. Yes, good. That's good. So yeah, before I move on talking more about this particular topic, just a disclaimer, like I said, if you're feeling any way that you need help, go check out these numbers, obviously specifically to these countries. If you need the address, let me get it up using Word. Alright, let me just, here we go, get that link, copy, come over here, paste, let's make it landscape so it can fit. Bigger. Alright, there you go, guys. https://support.google.com/YouTube answer, so on and so forth. Alright, go use that link, pause the video if you need to, go to it, check it out. If you're feeling anywhere if something triggers you while I'm speaking on the topic, sharing my experience and what I know about the topic from a personal view, head over to the link, click on your country, and then dial the number. Okay? Okay, so don't post the following content promoting or glorifying suicide. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm doing. Instructions on how to, okay. I've got to remember, because I might touch on that. But anyways, I'll try to remember that. Content related is targeted at minors. Yeah, no, if you're a minor and you're seeing this, don't forget, grab those numbers, get them ready just in case I trigger something, okay? So graphic images, obviously I'm not going to be using graphics. It's just going to be me talking and me trying to illustrate it through words. Visuals of bodies, yeah, no, not doing that. Blurred imagery, videos showing, no, it's just me talking. Content showing participation, instructions, no, I'm not going to specifically do that. There's no, don't have any of that. Content that is meant, so in some cases we may restrict rather than remove. It's content that is meant to be educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic. Public interest. graphic content. Okay, best practices for creators posting content about. We recommend using these best practices to protect your viewers from harm and distress. Avoid showing them. Yes, 100%. He's wording that it's positive and supportive. Yes, so far I think that's what I have done. Include information and resources. Yep, I showed you the those numbers to call for your countries. Yep, I've done that. I haven't put it in my description. Probably put the Australian one just to keep it simple. Not too sure what that means. Let's look that up. I'm a bit concerned what that might mean. A person who presents stories in a way that is intended to provoke public interest or excitement at the expense of accuracy. If I end up doing this, I'm not not choosing to do it purposely. If I do it, just remember I'm a simple person, simple-minded person. Maybe eccentric a little bit. I don't know. The reason I don't really have a accurate idea of what I might be saying and what I'm doing currently is it goes back to my mental illness, and that's chronic depression. And there's times where I'm not sure if I am aware of what I'm doing sometimes, or what I believe I'm doing is correct and the proper way. The others might see it, a different way, and they would tell me, and I'll be like, "Oh, I did not know that." I'm being honest. I'm being transparent and all that stuff. Okie dokies. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to be dramatic. Provide content, but avoid discussing how the victim died by suicide. Okay, that's a good one to remember. No, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't have any things like that. Yeah, was this helpful? 100%. Give that feedback. Give them feedback, guys. If you ever come across this stuff, it helps them make it better. Okay, so there you go, guys. That's that. So going forward with what I'm trying to say, I've lost many friends. I try not to think too much about it because it'll get me depressed. But yeah. Oh yeah, hello. A new person come in. Hi, Princess Nina. Hello, welcome. So yeah, I've had plenty of people pass away from going the road of suicide, and it's not entirely fun. I remember this one guy who took his life because he found out that the woman of his, the love of his life, the female, had basically said no to him. And that's unfortunate. So, these things are going to happen. I think he was just way too infatuated with her and didn't see anywhere else to go but the way he went. Yeah. So, how I know this and how I can speak about it in somewhat great detail is because I've been there, done that multiple times. Yes. I tried to commit suicide many times over, especially in my teenager years when things were not super great. Yeah, my relationship with my mom was not healthy. Looking back now, it was just the way I was. I had some trauma that caused me to be triggered every time my relationship with my mom got a little bit fiery. So when my relationship with my mom would get a bit rough, that would trigger something that happened to me when I was, where was I? I would have been 7 or 8 years old, and this is a moment that I now know that I can let go, but it has caused a lot of problems for me. And what happened was, I'm gonna try to keep the story short. My dad, Brian, that's his name, and my mom, Nernie, that's her name. We're in the Philippines. That's where I was born and where I grew up as a child. My dad, Brian, he's Australian. He brought us back to the Philippines. I don't know why exactly, but I hear that he was in trouble with some people and he was getting away from them. I don't know the full story, it's all hearsay, but nevertheless, we're in the Philippines and this scene was pretty crazy. This is how I remember it, and it might not be like super correct, but this is how I remember it before I got more of the pieces, the puzzles back together. See, at the time, it felt like a tug of war, and I was the rope. That's how it felt for me at the time, remembering as a child. My dad on one side, my mom on the other side. My mom, family, my dad had her new partner. She was pregnant. I didn't mind that there was another person. I loved my dad. I loved him so much I didn't even take in consideration what his relationship with this female would do to my mom's relationship with him. I was innocent of all that. All I knew was I loved my dad, loved my mom, loved my family, and I want them all to be together. So while they were having their discussion, and it got pretty heated, and I was in the middle, my brother and sister was told to go upstairs because it was a 2-story unit, and some of my other family members, they were upstairs as well, and I got my brother and sister up there, and I was trying to do what I think was what I needed to do, was to keep the peace. I was trying to keep my dad and my mom together. That was my plan. That was what I was trying to do. But instead there was the tugging and parenting, using words, not physically, obviously they weren't physically with me, but they were using words. That's how I felt. I felt like I was being pulled one side and then the other side. And I was like, oh, please stay together. And it was a losing battle. This is how I remember it as a child. Alright? And it got to the stage where I was given a choice to stay with my mom or to go with my dad. My dad was going to go back to Australia, and my mom was going to stay in the Philippines. At this time, my mom is not an Australian citizen yet. Me and my siblings were. We were Australian citizens. My mom wasn't. So she couldn't get back into the country without my dad. And plus, it wasn't gonna work out if somehow she did go back with him. That was not gonna happen. And just to give some context, prior to my dad, Ryan, coming into my mom's life, before I go to that, when I got given the choice, the ultimatum, to choose dad or mom, I didn't want to choose. I wanted them to stay, not to go anywhere, and stay together as a family. And this other person can be part of the family. That was how innocent I was. And I wanted that the most. And it seemed like I was going to lose the battle. And I kept them going. And at some point, I snapped. I lost grip of reality. That innocence of me curled up into a ball, and then all the layers went over to protect that little boy. And then a different me that day. And that person, that boy had no idea what was going on. All he knew was the feelings that the little me that curled up into that ball, we lost the grip of reality. And the thing that pushed that point was when I found out that my dad was actually not my dad. It was my stepdad. So this is from my side, and then looking back and trying to piece the things together from trying to get the story from that point. My mom said that to use that information to convince me to stay with her. Understandably, obviously. But I really loved my dad. He was my world. He was everything to me. I didn't know how to love anybody else at that point. And then when that information got dropped, little journey gone. That small ball curled up, several layers wrapped around him, keep him safe, and a new journey was born. And the rest is kind of a blur. And then getting information, going through counseling, psychology, and trying to figure out why I was the way I was as a teenager. I was angry, I was violent, I was very naughty. Yeah. And all this anger was coming from somewhere. And it was always triggered by my mom. Right? My mom always triggered that part of me. That, teenager years, I'm always punching holes in walls, slamming doors, yelling at mom, swearing, using cuss words. I was not a pleasant person to be around. I was not a good boy. But anyways, going back to trauma. Several years and trying to work out what's going on, and finally coming to an understanding of what happened. I knew that the little journey is still inside, and this journey here is taking the mantle and is in control of the steering wheel in this person. The journey's still inside. He's obviously several layers have been, taken away, and slowly coming out and enjoying life. But still fragile, so he comes out and goes in now and then. So. And that's the other thing also with my chronic depression, is that when Journey comes out, he does it. Oh, when he does some stuff, he's a child. He's a child. And then when he goes back inside, frightened from the world, then take over and try to comfort him, and my role is to be the strong part of him, and I think I've been doing a good job. Yeah, I've got to know him more, and because I've lived as him majority of our lives, he's okay. I mean, he's got to actually see the world now. He's not looking inside, deep inside this eternal darkness that he is in. But he's got some more light now and there, so it's good. It's good. Anyways, my chronic depression journey down deep inside, the real journey, the child journey, the one that got hurt and lost control of reality, and now we've got multiple journeys here. Not every one of us are like, you know, too much difference. We take on the role as the man, even though there's actually multiple females. That's why we're able to understand some female things, and also homosexual things. I mean, understand, you know, there's that feminine side. There's awareness of it. It's there. We know it's there, and we just are. Anyways, I'm going off on a tantrum again. Besides all that, there's times where we were not strong, and we would go towards the dark and find ourselves in a very dark place. You know, if I had to illustrate that space, you know, the really not so good place in the mind of a person who's contemplating and thinking self-harm and suicide. It's like looking into a doorway, opening the door purposely, obviously reluctantly, because you feel like a wave of oppression, pressure, sadness, all that heavy stuff kind of pushing you down and into that door. You open the door because it's the only door to get you out of that, and you step in and it's just full of darkness. You can't see anything. It's like you could probably think about it, you know, when God created the universe, it was just void. Nothing. Just darkness, no light, no nothing. That would be that space. It would be just you, and you can't even feel where you are. You just know that you are in that space, and you cannot get out of that space unless you have anchors. This is what anchors to me is like. Something that will keep you held in place in the real world, in reality, something that holds you there. And for me, it was my son. This is after my teenage years. Obviously, I'm a young adult. I've had a son. My son was an anchor. My brother and my sister were my anchors in my teenage years. Not my mom, unfortunately, because my mom was the trigger for my trauma. in that space time. Actually, going back to that, after several years of digging and finding out the root of it, found out that that whole traumatic situation wasn't all that extreme. I mean, yes, it was extreme, but not to that illustration where the tug of war thing. That was an illustration in Journey's head. That's how he felt it was, but it was worse. There was an ultimatum to choose to go with Brian or stay with Mom and family, knowing that Mom and family love me here in the Philippines, or there in the Philippines, and Brian was going to go back to Australia with his new woman who's pregnant. And yeah, after a long time of giving him or leaving me, yes, specifically me, and then secondly my family. I found, and being an adult now, looking at his choices, he made bad choice. He went and had another. And the second bad choice is that he had relations with this woman and put seed in her, and therefore had impregnated her, and that gave her power over him. And that's what she did. I don't know for sure, but this is my understanding. She manipulated Brian and gave Brian the choice. Brian, trying to be considerate, but in the same time lost, confused, and feeling ashamed. Because I know he didn't come, and I remember his face, he came over calmly, but he was nervous at the same time. And he didn't want to cause too much drama. He went there to let my mom and my family know that this is happening, and his choice is to take her back. There's a little one about to be born, and he needs to go back. And he's decided to take her along, and he wants to know if his other children wants to go back. Okay? So that's the situation he was in. That's my understanding, my internalization of the situation as an adult looking back then. There's a man that made some mistakes, some bad mistakes, but had to move forward and try to make the correct moves that was available to him. He had to come back to Australia. Obviously, he's made this relationship, and he currently can't leave her because she's carrying his child. So he's made some promises to look after her, obviously. So they've come back to Australia, blah blah. And then my family, me, are left in the Philippines. Mom doesn't have money. Didn't have a way to get back to Australia. That's for another story. So that is my trauma moment. That has caused me a lot of pain, internally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Before that moment, little journey inside, he was smart. He was right. He was cheerful. He was kind. He was loving. He was like, he was just full of love. So full of love. Loved everybody. Didn't care who it was. Didn't care if you were gay. Didn't care if you were straight, girl, boy. He just saw you as a person, a human being. He loved you for who you were and what you brought to the table. And it was very simple. In his eyes, his mind. Toys, marbles, rubber bands, school. Yes, school. He was very bright. He was so smart. Not like me. I'm not smart at all. I'm clever. I'm mindful. He was like genius smart. Top of his class. Every year. He was top of his class until that day when his trauma kicked in. After that day, I was trying to work out my role. So I had no identity. I had no purpose. I had to figure that out because he went straight in there and then left everything. But yeah, I was left to figure out things on my own. And in that time, obviously, things didn't quite work out. Over time, worked things out. And now that I'm an adult, I've got a grasp on things. I've seen high school, I've seen primary school, I've seen all types of people. And what I have known all my life so far, that people will disappoint you. People will leave you behind. People will stomp on you if they had no other choice. They will throw you under the bus, as the saying goes. But if you find that one person, that one good friend, that one you need to hold on to. If you find more, then that is great. You back them up, and they will back you up. That's what I've found out my entire life so far. People will disappoint you if you find that one good friend. And if you find more like that friend, then that's ones you need to be around. So you gotta find your anchors. Alright? Find your anchors. If you find yourself going to through that doorway and into the void, and if you don't have anchors, it could be very, very bad for you. If you have anchors, you got like a lifeline, got rope attached to you when you go in. And when you think this is not for you, and you want something, you want another option, and you're still attached to your anchor, boom, you pull yourself out of there, because that's the only way you're gonna get out, unless divine intervention, God steps in or an angel steps in and shows you the way out. Right? In my experience, my anchors got me through. Angels got me through. God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, they got me through my times when I was in that void. Yes, there have been very, very close times where I went all the way. I had things in place, or I had things already on me. I tried to do suffocation. I tried to do weather exposure. I had a blade, and rope, had the traffic, jumping off the bridge. I had all those options that I tried, and there's only been a few that I actually went ahead with. But God sent somebody in. He spoke to me, trying to figure out what was going on with me, and I was trying to isolate, as a term was shared before to me before. Isolating. That's when you're internal thinking about your options, and you're just going deeper and deeper and deeper. So yes, find your anchors. If you're not spiritual, get your anchors. If you're spiritual, you're Christian, you're Muslim, whatever, and you find yourself in that dark space, go to those things that will help you get out of there. Especially when you come to a realization that's not what you want to do. And there was plenty of times that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get out of this world. This world was horrible. Not like it. Couldn't take it anymore. I thought maybe left the world, I could be at peace. And that is, another term you could use in your eternal sleep, peace. But if you understand the biblical truth about life after death, you want to make sure you're right, Lord, before you do anything stupid. Right now, I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, my experience with suicide is quite a handful. But when I say been there, done that, I have been there, done that. The only thing that I haven't done is actually taken my life. I've been close, but I've never taken it. Because each time something stopped me and realized, made me feel a certain way, that there is another way, there is light beyond the tunnel, and when you see the light, it's a warm, welcoming light. It's not exactly heaven, but it's a place where you can be accepted, loved. So I've had those moments. Had those moments, guys. Those moments got me out. Those dark places. So all my brothers and sisters, people I've known or knew about and had taken their life, they must have been in so much grief, so much pain, so much things that I couldn't see anything else but that path. Even that path, not even clear. They just knew that there was something that way. That's the mind goes that way, chooses that way. It's almost like, let me illustrate it. Your physical body is here, doing what you're going to do, whatever it is. Or jumping. You go inside your brain, inside yourself, and you go through that, like, internalization. You find yourself in that dark void. I keep on saying dark void because that's how I know what it looks like, and that's how I understand what it is. It's just basically nothingness. It's a dark void. And you find yourself in there, it's gonna be hard, super hard to get out of it. If you see anything, hello Sisha Santos, welcome. We're just talking about my experience with suicide, and how the topic came about is what's happened recently with a friend of mine. So if you find yourself in that dark void, it's very hard to get out of, unless you have anchors, you have spiritual guidance, anything that attaches you to the earth, or your spiritual connectedness to your higher being person. For me, it's God, Godhead. It's God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. Well, I've got three beings got my back, and then I've created anchors that also got my back. Son, got my daughter, my wife, my current wife. Mom now is also now my anchor, because we sorted things out. My time with psychologists and counseling had come, and also my studies in psychology and counseling has given me a foothold in my own mental illness. Understand it more, knowledge that it's part of my life, and unfortunately, because it's chronic, it will come and go. Sometimes really hard, sometimes soft enough that I don't even notice it's doing anything, and it's barely doing anything. So my normal is here. Everybody else's normal is here. So when I get a high, I might get around to normal for everybody, and when I get low, I get really low. But my normal is here. Everybody else's normal is up here. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is. I've accepted that, and I push on. God's given me the strength, given me the knowledge, given me the tools, methods to help me get through, by getting me through the processes that I've gone through. Counseling, psychology, friends, family, life experience, surviving things that I encountered, surviving things that I experienced that some people might have killed them. I'm not going to say too much about that because that's not what I'm going to talk about tonight. Oh, it is 12:16. It's time to change the calendar. Reveal the next picture. Do 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 do. February's. There you go. There's 3 of them there. Oh, February 28 days. Okay. Not a leap year. Alright guys, so yeah, on the topic of suicide. Thank you, Seisha. Thank you. God bless you too. So that darkness, that void is almost like your last step. Yeah, Blackpink, that's right. My Princess Nina. Yeah, that dark void is almost like your point of no return. You step into there, it's almost like you're dead already. I've seen people jump off bridges and die. And sometimes I think, whoa. That is not good. There's one particular, I was like, what the heck? There's a lot of people trying to save this person. This person semi-accepted the help, but in the last minute, shuffled over, jumped. And I was like, what? And there was a lot of people there. All those people, I feel so sorry. They had to witness that. It's not easy to see somebody die in front of you. And I'm sure, veterans who served in the wars, the military wars, seen their friends, their colleagues get shot, died, either in their hands or laying on the ground and they can't get to them because they're under fire. All I can do is yell out and just be there, as a voice. When they somehow grab their friend and get some cover and just be with each other until the last breath leaves the body. It's not easy to witness death in front of you. See, and it can do some pretty interesting things to your psyche, to your person. It changes you, sure. I've seen some shit. lot of shit going on in this world. And I have not experienced things as bad others have. I'm not saying that I'm fudged up, no. I've endured and acknowledged that these things have happened. And there's nothing I can do about it. No. All I can do is try to be strong, pray to my God, give him praise that I'm still here, that I'm still doing things for my family, for my friends. Heavy stuff here. I don't know if you're receiving what I'm trying to portray. It's my mental illness. I doubt my speaking, my portraying of ideas from my head. It doesn't always come out as great as I'm visualizing it in my head. Yeah. Obviously, I've self-harmed before, sometimes accidentally, and realize I've done that. I'm like, oh, see how far I go with that. That's not good. It's just the brain's doing weird things because it's seen lots of different things, seen death, seeing people do really, really bad, evil things to other people. Seeing politics in a way that seems evil. Seeing politics in a way that's, a mistake upon a mistake upon a mistake, and becomes almost like evil. That's why I don't like politics. I mean, who really likes politics in general? Maybe the people that do them or deal with it. I know there's one guy I know, he deals with it quite a lot. And he's dealt with bad politics. I suppose he's scratched on evil politics and good politics. He's kind of well versed in different types of politics. Me, I've only ever seen bad politics, evil politics. If I could, I'd just avoid it altogether. But it's all around us. It's in anything that's got some sort of organization around it. There's politics. Even in schools, there's politics. With the students and the student body, there's politics. I'm like, kids, why do you need politics? Just be kids. Enjoy life. You can play games right now. When you get older, you don't get time to do that. You can say that I had wisdom beyond my years. It's a term that I like to hear quite a lot, actually. And late Pastor for my, he definitely shared that mindset. He had wisdom beyond his years. Died 28 years old, or he was 30, and he had touched a lot of people, ministered a lot of people, mentored a lot of people, encouraged a lot of people. He's probably encouraged more people than I have. And my thing is encouraging. That's my thing. I like encouraging people. In the workplace, small thing of achievement, I would encourage that person. Keep it up. You can do it. Go for it. That's my thing. That's what I do. I love encouraging people. Because I like to be encouraged myself. And you know that saying, do unto others and do unto you? That's one of the philosophies that I took to art and try to practice. Do good things to people. The things will happen to you. Unfortunately, I had a lot of bad things happen to me, despite my good things that I've done. And I just gotta. I trust in the Lord, and there was I hope there was purpose in my suffering that I endured over the years. And looking back now, and I say, oh, I can use that for this future thing that I'm thinking of. And God is playing with me. I mean, not playing with me, but working with me on some ideas that I want to do for the mission. OCM, Outback Community Mission. OCM, my not-for-profit organization. I'm starting to build up all these things that I have enjoyed in years in the past. I can learn from that, improve on it, put it into practice, and if it provides good fruit, and then share that with the people. I know I'm talking riddles and parables. Maybe, I don't know if they call them parables, but riddles, whatever. I'm not giving you the whole picture. I'm just giving you bits and pieces, like crumbs and crackers, but not the whole pack. There's a reason for that. That's just the way I am too. If it's not time for me to divulge the whole picture, then I just give you bits and pieces. Because part of my head won't let me do it the other way. It's weird how this brain of mine works. Like, part me, part journey, part the rest of us. It's just quite crowded up in here. And just to share a little bit of something. I have trouble sleeping. Probably already know that. But one of the things I do to help me go to sleep is that I watch videos just to numb the brain down enough for it to start losing a little bit of gripness. And as soon as I get that sleepiness, I put it down, close the eyes, and I eventually do go to sleep. Yeah, it works. Probably 87% of the time. Yeah. I stand by it. Probably not the, healthiest way to do it. Some people use medication. I have been told about a medication that you can buy off the counter. Thinking about it, but never been too easy about taking medication. I only take medication if I really have to. If I don't need to, I won't take it. just the fact that it's chemicals. You know, chemicals from outside. Your body makes chemicals. Your body creates chemicals inside your body. For your body. And then you choose to put a different type of chemical, ingest it, and then let that chemical reaction react with the rest of the chemical reactions that's already happening in the body. I'm uneasy with that. So if I have to, I'll take it. If I don't have to, I'll take it. Even supplements. I try not to do too much. I mean, I take the ones that I know that's going to help me in the long term, in the long run. Like vitamin C, D2, calcium, because I know I'm lacking in those things, so I take it. I don't drink cow's milk. No, siree. It's not a choice. I mean, I don't choose that. If I drink any type of milk, almond, nuts, nut milks. I don't know where I'm going with this now. Yeah, so I guess we're finished talking about suicide and self-harm. Just wanted to share with you guys that was the topic of today's live stream. And yeah, it's gone into a new day. We did Central Calendar. They're pretty girls. They are. I have to admit, they are pretty. But love my wife. She's the prettiest of them all. Sorry. That's for my wife, Bob. By the way, just in case you guys were not wondering. Yeah, so just to recap, suicide is not exactly, 100% a choice, but in the moment, it feels like that's the only choice. If you have anchors, you got spiritual guidance, you can find your way out of that choice. Devil is doing all he can to disrupt God's goodness happening in this place. But unfortunately, sin has entered this world and has taken foot and taken big, deep roots into our society, our families, our friends. Sin is everywhere. Sin is everywhere. And God can't do anything about that. God. And you know why? Because He loves us. He's given us choose whatever we can choose. You want to choose life? Choose life. You want to choose death? We choose death. And most of us, we choose death. Some people just don't know the truth. And we go with everybody else that have no idea what they're doing. Some of them, the devil and his angels, no. Humankind choose death like the cake or death. Yeah, the enemy always trying to get us to choose death. God is always trying to get us to choose death. And there, God has already made a way. But it is your choice, ultimately, to what you want to choose life. You choose Jesus Christ. If you choose Jesus Christ, you the way is Him, and He is the way to just back to the Creator space for all of us. Chooses life. And when the second coming of Jesus Christ comes to the play, all that have died in Christ rise up first. And whoever is living at that time will see all their loved ones come up in a new body, incorruptible, powerful, majestic. But you gotta know them. You know their spirit. You know their life. You gotta look up and say, "Hey, it's good to see you." They'll turn back and say, "Hey, come on up. Let's get together." And then after everybody that's brought back to life, made new, with a body that's incorruptible, can't be corrupted by sin or anything like that, because it's made new, totally new, with God's power. Then all that's still living get lifted up as well, and then we all go to the place where what I've been saying in the Bible study, where the kingdom is, and it's towards the constellation of Orion. So we'll be traveling that way, and then there'll be a time where we'll be spending time in the kingdom, in heaven, and in that time, earth being worked on. You have the devil, fallen angels, all that was wicked, chose death, will be on earth, left here. And the rest of us that choose life will go. And in that time of God doing something with earth, come back down. In the city of New Jerusalem, it says in the Bible. And comes down the people that are the wicked people, and the fallen angels and Satan will come and try to destroy the city. But before that happens, God shows His final thing, burning everything on it, except for the city, obviously. I think the city might be hovering, or maybe it's just sitting on top of the land. But everything else is burnt, and that is the eternal fire. And with the word eternal, it doesn't mean it will burn forever. It means it will burn until whatever it's burning is done burning and then extinguished. And because it's burning, angels, Satan, sin, wickedness, all that's bad that was introduced by the devil, and magnified by human lust, greed, and everything else that's nasty that ruins everybody else's lives will become no more, because it gets consumed by the eternal flame. The flame goes out and it takes everything, and everything that's from the dust becomes new. And that's where we get new earth, New Jerusalem. And when everything's great again, like back in the time of Eden, and we all come out of the city, and we go all around the earth, establishing our own thing. And because we don't die, we don't hurt, cry, might have tears of joy, not tears of pain. We're eternal beings. Live long. And because we got our families with us, it's enjoyable. It's not like the stories of here on earth where you have one or two, maybe a handful of immortal beings, and they have to live among everybody else that are not immortal. So they endure eternity being loved, losing love, all the things that he or she can enjoy will only last until the person they're enjoying life with ends. Then that person has to start all over again and do it again and again and again. That is torture. But when we become immortal after earth is made new, come out of the city, we know that we can enjoy eternity because we got our family and we have communion with Christ, Holy Spirit, God, Father. We can walk among us again. Can't because of sin. Devil, these fallen angels doing evil things, things that God cannot tolerate, but in the same time giving us free will. So for him to love us, he has to go away and not intervene so much. If you ask me, we endure every pain, suffering that we know that we have endured, so we know what it feels like. So when it comes to eternity, we don't feel anything. I mean, we don't feel death, fatigue, or anything like that, because we know that feeling back then. We will really enjoy life in that new life. We don't have to feel that anymore. We don't have to be filled with anger, all the negative things. And in the same time, you might be asking, where's the balance? There's supposed to be good and evil. Yes, there's supposed to be good and evil in this world. In this world, that's what it is. That's how it is right now. We got good and evil. This world. When the new world is made, everything's made new, it's all gonna be good. anything bad is made through all that destruction and making new, then it's gonna go all over again. We're gonna lose our eternity and then start over again. Who wants that? No, I don't want it. No, thank you. I see Earth, the second Earth, the new Earth, start going that way it had been in this one. I'm gonna find a way to get off this planet, go to another place. Taking my family with me, maybe some friends. Rick, who wants this life second time after being given new life that's good? What the heck? Like, are you stupid? God went through all this pain and suffering. Yes, he's going through pain and suffering. He was there when Jesus was being nailed to the cross, being whipped, his flesh being torn off his body, and then stabbed, put in the grave. Got that separation. No longer together. Because the Word, Jesus Christ, the Spirit, and the Spirit, God the Father, all three were there at the beginning, and they will be there at the end. They were there during, after, beginning, the middle, yeah. And if you got a mathematical mind and you can see the equations and they're coming together, and then you get an answer that you did not see, that you were looking at before, you're gonna be like, what the heck? How did that happen? Was there the whole thing? Just needed to put together, add in to react. Instant answers to the universe. That's how you kind of need to think. All these variables you got: good and evil, good to light, bad to the night, the dark, light, the dark, and everything in between. It's just us enduring this life. We gotta learn everything we can in this life, so when we come to our next life, we can enjoy that life, because we know how much hard it was to live in this life. But when we live in this life, we're gonna appreciate our new life. So we're not living like we used to in that life. It's not gonna be like when you're poor, you hit it big, and you become rich. It's nothing gonna be like that. It's not at all gonna be. Even though it sounded like that when I was saying it, but it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be ever like that. It's just gonna be awesomeness. All the goodness rolled into one. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna stop talking, because I'm sure you guys had enough of me talking. Appreciate you guys coming along. Remember, sometime next week I'm gonna have my friend come into the studio. I'm gonna interview him, and he's gonna share things about his brother's passing. So that's gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna obviously clean up the studio a bit. Make sure there's plenty of space, and that I got plenty, ample of sound equipment, so we can capture all that's being said. So yeah, should be good. Should be good. Super good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me show you something before we go. I'll be back. So I was just thinking, when I grabbed this stuff here, I remember in that policy that I should also share some resources. So I can't remember the names of the methods and tools that I use for my my mental health, so I can self counsel or self do some psychology things for my head to bring it back to almost like a reality thing. So when I go into a depression mode, if it goes any deeper, I'll go into that darkness again. I know whereabouts my level is. When it gets down there, I need to bring it back up, open up the things that I have it's stored in my brain that helps me realize, okay, no, we don't want that, no thank you, we're coming back to reality. This is where we want, this is where our anchors are, this is where life is okay, and it's not so bad. Sorry, I got a back scratcher. Should choose that. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh. Oh yes. Oh. Orgasmic. It's good. So yeah, you can look up different methods, psychology methods for counseling. You can look them up. I actually, let me try to look them up right now. I can't spell it. Oh, let me show you what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. Thank you for fixing my spelling there. Thank you very much. Methods. Let's see. Okay, well, yeah. See, I got my certificate for Gestalt. I did that program when I was a student in counseling specialization. So I did the Gestalt. So I remember. Oh, there we go. Cognitive approach, behavioral, psychodynamics, humanistic. So this one here I use a lot. Cognitive approach. This is where I'm really using my brain and saying, hey, does that equal this? If it doesn't, then why are you thinking this? You need to correct yourself and think about this. Yeah, that, if that makes sense. So that's the method I go with my brain. I use that one. If that doesn't work, obviously I got my behavioral. Like I'll check my behavior. I used to do that with a person. Would be a person. My mentor would be a soundboard. So I'll meet with that person once a week and just discuss. And if the person, my mentor, I worked with him when he was a staff member, and he would mentor me, and we'd meet once a week, and he'll tell me what I've done that everybody's seen that seems not right, and make sure that I'm aware of it. And when I realize that I wasn't aware of it before, now that I am, I can step back, have a look at what I did, my perspective, make some tweaks, remember that, and then put it back in the brain and say, hey, you do this, it's really happening this way, So yeah, Gestalt is I got a certificate running a Gestalt program, cognitive approach, behavioral, a little bit of this. I don't use this one as much because usually this one works for me, and if that doesn't, it's this one. But I barely touch on this stuff here, but because these two usually gets me going, gets me back on track usually. And there's times where when it's just going into depression, but not a deep depression, I'd normally just let it run its course. And if it's still going on too long, then I'd have a look at my cognitive and my behavioral, and I'll try to do some stuff that I know works with me. If not, I'll go and distract the thinking, and then when that's distracted and it's having you creating positive impulsing energies through the brain. And when you got there's a word for it, I can't remember it. Anyways, it's positive reinforcement feelings, electricity moving in the brain, with all the connectivities that's happening between all brain cells. While that's receiving the positiveness, then I'll hit myself with the cognitive first, as always, and if I need to go to the next level, I'll go and hit off the behavioral stuff, and that usually works. Going on long walks and then doing that. I don't particularly like going on runs. But you know, doing something that brings me joy, like building stuff with Lego, that used to give me lots of joy. Playing with Baba, that gives me lots of joy. Going for a drive, yeah, that brings me lots of joy. All those positive things that, you know, fire positivities through the brain, because when you're in a depressed, your brain is almost like, you know, so numb, and it just like, it's almost like a dark cloud is going over the brain and consuming some of your brain cells. And if these things, these methods that I mentioned before don't work straight away for me, I'd use another approach by projecting positive feelings and actions, and then sending those things into the brain, and then sort of like, you know, causing a kickstart almost, and then start using these things again, and then boom, that usually gets me going, gets me back. So like I said, I have learned some things, and the things I have learned have worked for me. It might not work for you guys, but if you go to a psychologist, counselor, or your general GP, general practitioner, GP, that's what this stands for, general practitioner, doctor, and tell them to get tested, and they'll ask you these list of questions, which gonna give them an indication whether you're depressed or have anxiety or whatever, and then they might go from there and then go further testing. If it's really bad, they might send you to get some blood work done and everything else to see if it's a chemical reaction that's happening in your body that's causing you to feel that a certain way, because sometimes that is the case. It is a chemical reaction that's causing your body to go that way, as affecting your brain in the same time. But yeah, don't take my word for it. Do your research, find your anchors, find your supports, so your professional supports. You gotta find your counselor or psychologist or psychiatrist, whichever one you want to go for. As long as you go see someone that's professional in that space, that's gonna able to give you some tools and methods, like I've got myself, to help you when you're in the dark spot and you can't get to somebody to ask for help. Because in most cases, you're gonna be alone when these things hit you, and unfortunately, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be on your own. But if you try these different things that I've done and it works for you, then you have something you can do if you find yourself in a dark space and you find yourself alone. You can work it yourself, get to a level where you can manage yourself, and then if you're not comfortable to continue, then you're at a level where you can manage yourself. You go and see somebody. Call those numbers that I showed on before. Let me see. Is it this one? Yeah. These ones here. All right. You got Australia, Argentina, Brazil, Belgium, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, Denmark, France, Finland, Germany, Greece, Hong Kong, Hungary, India, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Japan, New Zealand, Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, United Kingdom, United States of America. Yeah. So all those groups there and their numbers. Alright? Check them out if you need to. Alright, so I've given you some resources, some places you can go. But yeah, most likely your country has some sort of program that they have in place to help people in need regarding mental health. Remember, your brain is so much sophisticated. You just gotta work out how to use your brain. I learned how to use some of it. Still learning how to use the rest of it. But yeah, learn to know you more. In fact, that's one of the things I do in my martial arts club, BMAC. I try to, in fact, yesterday, because today's another day now. Yesterday, I was running my life group, which is I do BMAC at a very casual pace. And we were sitting down and we were having a chat. Me and my student were talking about my different approach to martial arts, Christianity, and New Age stuff. Looking at meditation, chakras, energy, whatever you want to, in regards to New Age. Say, New Age is nothing really new. It's just stuff that's almost like reinvented. But yeah, meditation, if you really look at it, it's just you bring yourself into a state where you can be you, your brain, body, and you just listening to your body, and then listening to everything else without doing much, without doing anything. But obviously the breathing, you want to do that. If you don't do that, you're gonna die. But yeah, meditation. This is, if you break it down to simplest form, it's just you settling down in a space and just calming your nerves, listening to your body, listening to your surroundings, and realizing that you're small and insignificant, but in the same time very important to somebody out there. Because that being up there created all of this, including you. And you have the ability to think, mentalize, compartmentalize, do things, create things, almost basically, I'm not going to say it actually, no. Basically, you've been given gifts that no other living creature in this earth can do. Yeah. You are special. We are special. Despite how much you might hate that one other person, they are special too. Find your inner self. Say g'day. Long time no see. How you be? Yeah. Alright guys. I think I'm gonna end it there. I'm going to say thank you to a lot of you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the live stream. Don't forget, sometime next week, gonna have my friend in the studio. Gonna interview him, and he's gonna share some insights to his brother's passing. And anybody that might be connected to the family or friends to that family might get something out of that interview. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm excited and can't wait for it to happen. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the things you guys done. Don't forget to smash the like button. Leave comments down below. Share the video with your friends and family. Let them know that I do live streams on the channel now. I'm trying to do it more often. I find it's much easier and quicker than making creating videos and editing them. Oh, so much time, guys. You just don't know how much stress is going through my mind. Yes. Before we go, I need to give you guys an update on the building plans, on the tiny house on wheels. So there you go. There it is. You guys see it? So I got a standing view. So there's the ground, wheels, and then building up. So that's kind of what it's gonna look like when it's standing up, when it's wheels. So it's a side view of what it might look like. So on that side is like two doors and 5 windows. Yeah. And on the other side it's gonna be so different. You will never know what's going to happen. What the heck? So yeah. Got some more measurements on there, obviously. My next thing that I gotta try to figure out is to keep under 4.5. Yeah, 4.5 high. So I'm gonna try to aim for, try to keep it under 4. So at the moment it's looking need to add it up for the next live stream, maybe, perhaps. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you guys in the next live stream. This is Journey signing off. Peace. What's the button?